This video is designed to help you locate some resources, including books and websites, based on my experience and some of the findings in my readings. At the onset of your condition, when you're struggling to make sense of the fact that you are sick and may continue to be sick for a while, is a book that's written by Gabor Mate, who's a medical doctor, and this is written from the perspective of a psychological-based approach, studying the characteristics and some of the qualities that individuals have that suffer from severe disease in the body. It's a good book to read initially up front. Does not get into fibromyalgia, but helps open your mind as to the understanding and some of the roots and causation of disease from a psychological perspective, with less emphasis on the physical component. And it's a great start. Another suggestion for a good read that's more broad-based is a book about coming to terms and adjusting to some of the more difficult changes. It's written by Robin Norwood. It's been in existence for decades and tries to help you open your mind and grasp some of the concepts as to why things are difficult in general, difficult people, illnesses, and other broader questions. It will help you navigate initially until you've accepted the fact that you do have a health issue. It's a serious health issue, and coming to terms with this change in a kind way for yourself. A great read outside the spectrum of the fibromyalgia world is a book written by a naturopathic doctor called Adrenal Fatigue. This is a book that addresses some of the issues around chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, and it creates a link between the adrenals and the shape that your adrenals are in. It also talks a lot about food sensitivities, which come up as an issue recurringly in some of the literature. I'd highly suggest that this is a book that you read prior to getting started on the fibromyalgia material. One of two picks that I've included is a fibromyalgia overall diet guide, health guide, and cookbook. It provides you with a lot of different perspective on fibromyalgia, an Asian approach, some checklists which are extremely useful and valuable for you to go through. You can identify specific things that apply to you and provide you with some general recommendations for good foods that you should eat. It also discusses medications that are available, although it's a broader discussion. It doesn't talk a whole lot about trial studies, but it is a good book to start. My favorite to date is a book written by a medical doctor who has experienced fibromyalgia. For those of us who are familiar with this condition and have felt it in our bodies, he brings a great fundamental understanding of the condition, the medical approaches, use of medical options to facilitate better sleep. But what he also provides with more clear direction is causation. He talks an awful lot about antifungal, antiviral, and antibacterial approaches, including parasites. If you take a look at the causation factors, repeatedly in some of the literature, he addresses the causal connection, how to deal with it. I found this book an excellent read and would suggest it for everyone. Lastly, as you're working through providing yourself the time to heal, Louise Hay is a great go-to. She has a number of different books, all of them excellent in coping with, managing, healing, and coming to terms with and healing your condition. So Louise Hay is a great go-to when dealing with healing bodily conditions. If you're interested in an oversight of some of the medical options in terms of medications, this is a great video provided by Dr. Gross, who's the director of rheumatology. And this is about an hour view of video. It provides the medications listed by category and some of their different side effects. He doesn't speak with favorability as to any of the medications. However, he does provide a number of them for pain management. This video was purely intended to provide you with some resources. There are many out there, but having siphoned through many dozens and dozens and hundreds of resources, I found these to be among the most useful or my top 10 pick. I get nothing from recommending these videos or including them in my video link.